Today we're going to reveal the top 5 attack strategies at Town Hall 13. There's been lots of new hero equipment that's come over the course of 2024, and today we're going to show you how to incorporate it into your favorite attack strategies. First up, we have Super Archer Clone Hydra, the strongest dragon attack strategy at Town Hall 13. And there are two different CCs you can bring. You can bring this one you see here if you're worried about giant bombs, because the goblins will trigger the giant bombs before the Super Archers come out. Or if you're not worried about giant bombs, bring this combination you see here with the 4 wall breakers to open up the walls for your Super Archers. In terms of hero equipment, we're going to run the standard on the King and Queen, the Rage Gem with the Warden, and then the Rocket Spear with the Royal Champion. If you've got a keen eye, you'll notice the hero levels I'm bringing in today's video are 10 levels below max that you can get at Town Hall 13. I want to prove to you, you do not need max heroes to triple at Town Hall 13. The hero equipment won't be max either. All the levels are level 15, and you can obviously get level 18 epics at Town Hall 13. Now, in terms of Super Archer Clone Hydra, what you want to do is send your Hydra into the toughest part of the base. So I send it into the Eagle, the Scattershot, and the Royal Champion here. That way our Warden ability gets more value because we're mitigating more damage, and you get the Blimp in that Warden ability and send it as far through the base as possible. You go Invis spell, wait, Invis spell, double clone, and the Rage. That just makes sure there are no giant bombs that are going to get your Super Archers, and you're not going to clone as many Goblins, because I did clone a couple here, but trust me, it doesn't matter. The Super Archers do such a good job of clearing out of the core of the base. Now, this attack does look like it's dying out here, but this is the third portion of the attack. This is when your heroes, and particularly your Rocket Spear, come into a field of their own. Now, it's worth noting, if you are hitting a base with a Town Hall in the center, you want to do the Super Archer clones slightly different. So you'll drop a dragon and 2 loons, bring a Hound with the army, and then you start off with your Hound and the Blimp. You let the Super Archer clone Blimp do its thing, and then as soon as it's ended, that's when you start your Hydra with the Warden ability. But when the Town Hall's towards the edge of the base, then you want to just get everything on the same tile and spam it. And look at the Royal Champion here. How good is that Rocket Spear, finishing off the base with the Seeking Shield as well? And we are going to swag an Invis spell in this attack. This attack strategy is really simple to plan, even easier to execute, and in my opinion, the strongest attack strategy. You can run Zap Dragons at Town Hall 13. It still does work, but I think Super Archer Clone is just better. Next up, we have Queen Charge Dragon Rider. This army is really strong with all the splash damage at Town Hall 13. We're going to run the funnel equipment on the King, the Queen Charge equipment on the Queen, the air spam equipment on the Warden, the Royal Champion. We're going to be running the Royal Gem this time. You'll see how strong that is. Let's see if this is in fact the strongest Queen Charge army. I want you to treat Queen Charge Dragon Rider the same way you treat Queen Charge Hybrid. 9 times out of 10, we want to charge the Town Hall. The Dragon Riders are okay at going through the Town Hall, but generally they are much better at taking down the back end of the base. Now, it's worth noting, at Town Hall 13, Queen Charge Hybrid, Queen Charge Lalo, and Queen Charge Dragon Rider are all similar levels of strength, and I genuinely struggled picking which to put in this video, but all of them are strong in their own ways. I really like the Queen Charge Dragon Rider though, because of how much splash damage there is at Town Hall 13. Now, have a look at this here. I freeze the defensive CC so the Queen does not switch targets onto the CC. Now I can deal with the CC without the Town Hall damage on me, and I put a Wizard down in the Rage spell, and it annihilates that defensive Hound, and the Poison spell is therefore way stronger. As soon as we've dealt with the Town Hall and the CC, I'm starting my Dragon Riders. No need to wait. I pop the Queen ability just to be safe. Dragon Rider, Stone Slammer, Royal Champion, Balloons, and Headhunters all together here. And look at the King on the bottom side. That spiky ball funnels perfectly, and look at how my Dragon Riders are going to stay in the center of the base here. And what a great Warden ability. And we're going to get all the Dragon Riders and the Royal Champion healed up. Look at how far in the center they are. Just the power of the spiky ball as a funnel is so good. And essentially at this point, it's just about when you want to use your Rocket Spear. I decided to use it here. We get all the health recovery with the Royal Gem. We also get all the extra DPS with the Royal Gem as well. So our spears are doing more damage. And look, this is completely wrecked. The Stone Slammer here, I bring 6 loons and an Inferno Drag, because the Inferno Drag's really good at dealing with defensive heroes in case your Headhunters miss. You'll see in a second here, the Inferno Dragon will target that defensive king, and then the 6 balloons to tank for the dragon riders, just in case you didn't have enough tanking with the army. I believe we have 2 or 3 dragon riders live through this battle here, and a bunch of balloons, and the queen as well. That's why we start our dragon riders super early. We can take some damage off our queen in the center of the base, and if she lives, you are almost never going to fail with this attack strategy. Really strong, but if you don't love dragon riders, Queen Charge Lalo and Queen Charge Hybrid are definitely good as well, but Queen Charge Dragon Rider personally has a special place in my heart. But what if you like ground attacks? Well, this is the perfect army for you. Yeti Super Archer spam. This attack strategy is super easy to execute and it crushes bases. Here's the hero equipment on the king. You can swap out the Earthquake Boots for the Spiky Ball if you want. Frozen Arrow on the queen. We're going to run the Healing Tome on the Warden. That's so strong with this attack strategy. Then the Seeking Shield on the Royal Champion. I do choose to bring the Log Launcher with this army, but if the 2 jump spells is enough to get through the base, then bring the Siege Barracks instead. In terms of deploying it, you go the 2 Ice Golems, then a line of Yetis, then Warden, King, Queen, Log Launcher in the middle, and then spread these Super Archers in a line behind the army. But you do probably want more Super Archers on the funnel, because your Queen can do all the ranged damage in the core. I popped the Warden ability quite early here because there's all the defensive heroes nearby, but this army you can definitely wait onto your Warden ability if need be. Now we're just going to use our rage spells as necessary, and essentially as soon as you know which side you're going to put your Royal Champion down, get her down nice and early, because the Yetis, they aren't going to tank forever. Yes, they have lots of hit points, but it's not like they're a Titan or a Root Rider. What I really like about the Yetis though, is even though they're not a ranged unit, they can still definitely take down buildings over the wall thanks to the Yeti Mites. You saw the Earthquake Boots there was really strong, opens up a few walls for our troops, but also does all of that damage to all of the buildings nearby. That's what I really like about the Earthquake Boots with this army. And look, it's completely wrecked. This is about a minute into the battle as well. A really quick army, and it does work on a wide variety of bases. Generally though, the less wide the base is, the better. If the base is a super wide funnel, say if I came in on this side, it would definitely be a bit more difficult, but you're still probably 3-star anyway. This attack strategy is insane. We're going to swag the Queen ability and 3 spell space. Definitely the best ground attack strategy at Town Hall 13 for me. It's stronger than Zap Witches. Next up, we have Super Witch Smash, and you guessed it, we're going to be coming in with the Fireball and Rage Gem on the Warden. This attack strategy is insanely strong. On the King, I'm going to bring the Earthquake Boots because we've only got the 1 jump spell with this army, but you can bring the Spiky Ball if you want. We're going to use the Healer Puppet on the Queen because she's going to go on the outside of the base, and the standard cleanup equipment on the Royal Champion. The most important thing with this attack strategy is the funnel. So you've got to decide where you can use your Fireball to set the best funnel. And for me here, I'm going to target this air defense, because if I hit the air defense with the Fireball, we will destroy or damage all of these buildings you see around here. And that sets up a really nice funnel if we want to enter in to the multi-inferno compartment on the top side. And the good thing about this is you don't have to be super quick with the Warden Walk either. I wouldn't want to take longer than, say, 30-40 seconds, but that's still heaps of time, because all you got to do is target your air defense or building of choice, and you've got an invis spell in case you need to redirect your Fireball. Now, I probably could have waited here for the Warden to take down the Eagle, but the funnel has been set, and that's all that matters. And then on the other side, we're going to use the Queen and the Siege Barracks together to set a funnel. We don't need our Queen inside the base here. The Super Witches are a ranged unit, and the King inside the base is super nice because A, the Earthquake Boots can be used to open and damage buildings, open walls and damage buildings like you just saw there, but B, the King will tank for the Super Witches just whilst they're getting their big boys out, because they are a little bit exposed until that happens. Now we got the Super Witches in the middle. We have the Valks coming out of the CC. I really like the Valks out of the Siege Barracks because they go in and tank for your Queen. Look at this single Inferno. Can't do anything to target our Queen because the Valks are tanking beautifully. And look at these Super Witches in the core of the base. I mean, the healers are always raged with the Rage Gem, but they also, you've got the extra rage spells as well. There's our freeze spell doing its work. The Royal Champion on the left side with the Seeking Shield and the rocket spear took down the Tesla farm, would have taken down the Eagle artillery if it didn't go down a little bit later. And look at how crushed this is. So crushed. I love this attack strategy, and the good thing about this attack strategy, which sets it apart from a lot of the other ones you see at this video, this attack strategy is strong at Town Hall 14, 15, and 16. So if you learn it now at Town Hall 13, when you go up to those next Town Halls, you will have an attack strategy you can use to get 3 stars all the time. And the final attack strategy is Edragons. Obviously, it was going to be Edragons. This attack strategy is awesome at Town Hall 13. In terms of the hero equipment, we're bringing the funneling equipment on the King, the funneling equipment on the Queen, the air spam equipment on the Warden, and the cleanup equipment on the Royal Champion. You can bring the Blimp or the Stone Slammer, but I think the Blimp is better. You can see how quick this attack is, so I'll try and get the information down nice and quickly. There are 2 things to consider with Edragons. Sweepers, you don't want to face them if you can, and the CC. You don't want to send your heroes near the CC, because if there's a Lava Hound or Ice Golems in it, they will pull the CC, whereas the Edragons would not. So I put my King and Queen on the bottom side of the base. We use the two baby dragons, to funnel, and then you always pop your Warden ability instantly with this army, and a Blimp to the Town Hall. And this is the perfect base for Edragons. Really compact, so the chains will get insane value. But it's worth noting there are 4 air bows on this base. That's obviously not good for Edragons, but I deliberately tried to make the base as difficult as possible in that respect to show you how strong this army really is. And you just keep freezing and raging in the core, particularly freezing those air sweepers, just to make sure that they aren't going to completely ruin your army. You do have 4 freeze spells here, so definitely worth freezing the sweepers. We get the Royal Champion down, and look at how quickly this was wrecked. And this is what Edragons are so good for. Particularly against bases with the Town Hall in the center, they are unbelievable, where a lot of other attack strategies struggle. But also compact bases that I know a lot of you don't really like hitting because your army dies super quick. Compact bases are great for Edragons, and there you go. There is the top 5 attack strategies currently at Town Hall 13. Did we get the list right? Let us know down below, and on the left we will link a Town Hall 13 war base that's held amazingly.